with Nick right now, about to go hit chest, either going for 255 for a 4x2 or going to go for a new max. And honestly, so like this weekend has been vacation, and the whole vacation I've been over Nick's. Would you agree?
Yeah, basically 5 out of 7 days.
Yeah, like almost every single night I've slept over Nick's, and it's just been a fun ass weekend. I committed to a college. I'm going to High Point University. I hit a 490 deadlift PR, so new max. And so now I want to hit a second PR. I want to try to get two PRs in 1 week, which I think that would be crazy. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go into the gym, going to take you guys through like my bench session, like what I do to warm up and stuff like that. Going to give you guys some tips on how to warm up and everything, because honestly, like I've had some of my friends go for like a new max, and then like the way they warm up is it just doesn't like help. And so I'm going to do that, and then after that I'm going to be going to work tonight. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about 5 things that I wish I knew before I started working out. Stay tuned.
How does that thing taste?
Alright, so what's going on, guys? I just want to say this right off the bat, that I had a horrible bench session. So I came in thinking that I was going to get a good workout with the bench, that I was going to hit 280 or hopefully a 255 for a 3x3, but that was not the case. I just felt absolutely weak, and like I only hit cable flies afterwards and barely even worked out my chest, just because I was so depleted and my chest was still sore from last time. So I felt like it was good to kind of take a rest day. But I'm just going to get into the warm-up right here. You just see me do 135 for about maybe 4 or 5 reps. Whenever I start off with my warm-ups, I always like to kind of not really focus on how many reps I do, or I don't like to do high reps. I just keep doing reps until I feel like my body is warmed up without wasting energy. So as you can see right here, I only do 185 for about 4 reps. And the reason is, like, I've had some of my friends bench with me, and like, let's say like they go for like 185 for like a new max. They'll do 135 pounds for as many reps as possible as warming up, and it just completely tires them out. So that's what I like to do. You know, I don't like to kill myself before I go for my heavy lifts. I also like to use the wooden stick, as you can see, just to stretch out my shoulders. I also like to do the lateral raises and those with the weights, just to get my rotator cuffs warmed up in my shoulders. I only focus on really warming up my shoulders when I bench. If anything else, I'll just kind of roll up my back a little bit, roll out my lower back just to make sure I can get a decent arch. But I never really warm up anything else just besides my triceps and my shoulders. I forgot that. Sometimes I will warm up my triceps depending on how they feel, but really my main focus is my shoulders, just because I don't want any shoulder pain. So as you can see right here, I'm benching 245, and like this weight just flies up so easily. But then when I hit 265, like it's just not good. And I kind of just realized right when I hit 265, and I almost failed at it, that like 20 pounds is a lot. So that was 245, looked very easy, and I thought I was going to be able to hit 280 for a PR, but that's just not the case. And so yeah. But anyways, I'm just going to get back into it real quick when warming up, because I feel like I kind of got off topic. But when it comes to I lost my train of thought. When it comes to warming up, I really don't focus on how many reps I do. And when I'm warming up, when I'm doing like the lightweight, like the bar, 135, 185, just like the lightweight, I really focus on the form as if I'm benching like 275 for my new max. I really like to picture the weight on the bar being heavier than it actually is, and I focus on exploding. And also, I make sure that I never tire myself out. You know, like the highest I would go for warm-up reps is just 135 for 8 reps. 185, I'm always doing 4 reps, and then 225, the most I'll do is like 3 reps. Because the last thing I want to do is tire myself out before I go for like 280 on a max. So if you guys are looking to warm up, make sure you guys don't kill yourselves before you go for your heavy sets, right? Now this was the last set. I hit like 225 for 5 or 6. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Peace. So first one, I always stress about, but like the first thing that I wish I knew about working out before I started or while I was beginning is that consistency and patience is one of the most important things. Now, like what I mean about that is, when I was in 8th grade, like I would work out for a month, or I would work out for a certain period of time, not sure results, get down on myself, and that would fall off track. let's say like a couple weeks, maybe like a couple months, now get back into it. Now I keep falling off and falling down, and like I'd always like see these pictures of people and be like, damn, like I want to look like that, like I want to be like that. And no matter what I did, I can never get there until sophomore year. I just stayed consistent, just non-stop. And ever since then, like I've seen so much progress and everything like that. And just for those people who are starting to work out, consistency is one of the most important things you can do, because like if you work out for a month and then you stop for a month and then you get back at it, like you're just not going to make progress. You're going to lose all of your gains. And so that's the one thing that I wish I knew. The second is that falling off track with your diet is not the end of the world. Now what I mean about that is I have bad stress and anxiety, and so like when I was little in like 8th grade, middle school, like even freshman year, when I would diet and like eat healthy, whenever like I had a cheat meal or like had a bowl of ice cream or just like went off my diet for a day or maybe a couple of days or the weekend, I would stress out so bad. Like I would beat myself up over it. Like I would go into like a depressed state. I would feel like absolute shit. I'd be like, all right, great. Like now I'm gonna look like shit tomorrow. Like it was so bad. Like I would like, let's say like go to Dunkin's and get a donut, and I would just like feel so bad about myself. It just like was not healthy. It was like torture. And so, you know, I finally realized that like if I'm like dieting like well and everything like that, and I have like a bowl of ice cream, or like I go on a cheat day for like 1 or 2 days, like it's not the end of the world. Like my physique is not going to go to shit. Like your physique goes to shit when you do that for a long period of time, like 2 weeks, like 3 weeks. But you know, if you're going for a competition and you're prepping for a show, then obviously that's different. But like if you're just eating healthy and working out just to get into better shape, like one little cheat meal or one little slip up is not going to kill you, and it shouldn't be something that you should beat yourself up over about. Third thing, protein powder is not magic. It is not the magic pill. In 8th grade, I would pound those babies for like ever. Like I would drink them so much. I would just like wake up, no, not wake up, but like there was like one time where like I was about to like go to a friend's house to play airsoft, and before I like chugged a protein shake for like 10 seconds straight and felt like absolute ass, and I was about to like yak. And like I'd always think that like protein shakes helped, but then I realized that they didn't do anything. What is going on? I remember one time where the first time I had a protein shake, the next day I was flexing in the mirror. I was flexing my arms, and I thought my arms got bigger because of the protein shake. I was like, this shit is awesome, and then I would just drink it so much. And then once I started making gains without it, I was like this doesn't really do anything. It's the same thing as like 4 ounces of chicken. The next one that I have is when I was in 8th grade, I was very insecure and I had really small arms, and I just wanted to get big arms, you know? And so the way I approached that was just doing heavy curls. Like I remember like curling 100 pounds down in my basement, just cheat curling with a barbell, just non-stop like heavy curls. That's like all I did. And what I realized later on is that your tricep takes up about 70% of your arm. And so the key to really getting that big arm look and that appearance and getting just a ginormous arm in general is hitting your triceps a lot more. Well, not hitting them more, but really focusing on them. Because I feel like when a lot of people start lifting, they're like, oh, like I want to get big arms. They think of that bicep peak, when really, in comparison, your bicep and your tricep, like the tricep is so much bigger. Like your tricep comes all the way right here. All of that is your tricep. But your bicep is just right here. And so if you're really looking to get bigger arms, you really want to focus a lot on your triceps and obviously focus on your bicep peak. The last thing I'm about to say is, I think it's kind of funny. So just keep in mind that in 8th grade, I started working out for the wrong reasons because I was very insecure and I wanted to get attention from other people. And so like my reasoning for working out in the beginning was for like the wrong reasons. And then it's very stereotypical though. But then, you know, as over time when I started working out more and more and I started to love it, my reason, like my passion and like my reason to work out like totally changed. And so if you guys want, I can save those things for like another video. But when I first started working out, I thought that if I started to work out, I would get all the girls. You know, I thought like, oh, like once I gain a little bit of muscle, like the girls would be all over me. Because like in middle school I was a weird kid and I did not get that much attention from the girls that I wanted to get attention from. And so I thought that working out and like getting a six-pack and some arms would like fix the problem. Truth is, over my 4 years of high school, I have learned that girls do not like muscular guys. Now, what I mean by that is, my friend Nick and I were talking about this the other day, and he said, the bigger you are, like the bigger you get, like the scarier like you look to girls. Like no girl wants like a ginormous bodybuilder that looks like a cloud, and like no girl wants like a guy that's like super shredded and like veiny and like I've asked girls before like that I'm obviously like close with. I'm like, yo, like do girls find this attractive? And they're like, no, like that's disgusting. Like you shouldn't look like that. And it's like I've learned that like girls like the guys that have like some muscle but not a lot. And so like when I was little, I would always think that like, oh, if I get jacked, if I get huge, like I'm gonna get all the girls. And that is just not the case. Girls don't like the muscular freaks that are like massive, like Bradley Martin. I remember that like Bradley Martin did a video with his like camera guy, and they picked like what physique would you prefer or whatever, something like that. And Bradley Martin's like camera guy won. So like, yeah, girls do not prefer the crazy muscular type. They prefer like the more moderate, everything like that. Not that anything's wrong with that. Like your preference is your preference. But I'm just saying like in 8th grade, I thought that, you know, getting muscle meant you instantly get girls, and that is not the case. If you really want to get girls, you have to have a good personality and you have to know how to make them laugh. I've learned that. That is key. If you can make a girl laugh, you're already ahead of the game. If you guys enjoyed the video, peace.